Hello, flatties and ballers, and here we are again. Yes, and now you can tell I live in Australia, and you can see that I am upside down, which just goes to prove that the Earth is in fact a globe. Because if I was standing the right way up, it would be flat. But no, I'm upside down. So clearly 100% irrefutable proof there, right there, that the Earth is in fact a globe. Well, on a more serious note, today I'm going to look at small boats and ships and why do the flatties nearly always take pickies of small boats? Why don't they pick on something big? Okay, so let's just have a little bit of fun out boating today. Well, actually, I'm not boating, but some people are having a good time. Okay. So we're going to look at the area where we've taken photos and videos. And the main area is Wellington Point. And there's a bit of a wall there, 6 or 7 feet high. I took some photos from the top of there. I did this over 2 days and 2 different weekends, and I took some photos from here. And also when the tide's out, you can go down onto the beach, and you can also, when the tide's out, walk all the way over to King Island, and I managed to get over around about here to take some photos. Now, let's look at other points of interest around here, which is Cleveland Point, there, Peel Island, St. Helena Island, Green Island, Moreton Island here, Amity Point there, which is on North Stradbroke Island. Now, so I know that's a lot to take in, but we're looking in lots of different directions here and look at some of the distances involved. So we measured distance to Green Island, which is only 2.47 miles, about 4 kilometres. And to Peel Island, that's about 6 miles. And to Amity Point, which makes that 13 miles. And to parts of Moreton Island that were usually visible, around about 16 miles, 25 kilometres. So Mud Island, let's just check that, 8 miles, 13 kilometres. And then there's another important distance, which is from out here, King Island, which out to Cleveland Point, 5 miles. Okay, I think that covers it. So let's get on with it. So here we're almost out to Wellington Point. It's turned out to be not a good day. There's some rain around and wind, but there's still some people having some time on the water. Now this boat I've zoomed in, but I really don't know how far away that boat is, or even this boat. They're just small boats in the water, and I estimate about 4 miles because it's sort of like in the middle of that stretch of water there. But really I cannot tell an accurate distance, and I have not got an accurate estimation of the size of the boat. So this particular boat, I've zoomed right in, it's a fairly long way away, but as I zoom out, then you can see that the boat will appear to disappear from view, and that's not necessarily the case. It's just a wide angle shot. Zoom right out, so with the naked eye you can actually still see that there's a boat there, but you can make it look like the boat has disappeared. And if I were to zoom back in again, the boat would reappear. But it has nothing to do with the fact of where the horizon is. It's just a small boat a long way away. And, you know, people say that a boat a small boat over the horizon can be zoomed in. Well, I don't know that it's over the horizon. It could be just like this. You can't see it in your wide angle shot. So, you know, I don't know what the value of this kind of statement is, because is it really beyond the reach of the human eye, or have you just taken a wide angle shot? And even if it is that small that you can't see it, that tells nothing about the distance. It could be a really tiny boat a long way away. It doesn't have to be over the horizon. This means nothing. So I've got a short video here which shows where I am at Wellington Point, on the wall next to the water. Tide is out. There's Moreton Island over there. And I think that might be St. Helena Island. This is Green Island. King Island. Fisherman Island is over there. Manly Boat Harbour is over this way. All the way around there. So you can see I've got a wide view of everything. Now I've taken a shot from there. You see the weather's not good. So I can show you where I am standing from this photo. The camera recorded the location. So I am right on the edge of that wall there. And it's showing that's water, although the tide's out today, as you can see. And so I have a boat, a picture of a boat in the background. I think that's Moreton Island from where I've taken this, but I can't remember exactly. And the thing is, the boat, well, it looks to be somewhere near the horizon. I don't know how far away that boat is. I've zoomed in. It's a small boat. I have no idea. There's no conclusion that you can draw from this particular shot. And this is the problem with small boats. You don't know where they are, and they get small. The further away they get small very quickly. So I've taken a look at something a little bit further away, something that I know where it is. And this is Amity Point in North Stradbroke Island. That's the direction. And now we can see that there is that the horizon line is somewhere along there, because this here is a reflection of the sky there. So when the angle of incidence across the water is low enough, the light rays will just bounce off and create a bit of a mirror effect on the horizon and towards you a little bit. So the horizon is there, and you can still see some of the trees on this top here. Okay, so here it is again. This time I've got a video, a similar sort. It's looking in the same direction, and we'll go out, and you can see the direction I'm taking this, and it's all in the direction of North Stradbroke Island. So I've gone down to the beach there, or the mud flats, or whatever you might want to call it, just down from where I was before, very close to where I was before, except lower in elevation. And I've taken another photo across to Amity Point, and you can see the horizon because of that reflection there. The horizon line is somewhere along here. But as you can see, like before, there were trees over here. There are no trees now. Now, this is a distance of about 13 miles, 20 kilometers. So we'll go back and take a quick look at the other photo. You can see this part is above the water, and this part is not above the water. So all that's happened is I've gone down in elevation. I've just gone out there and taken these photos as they come up, and it would definitely support the view that there is a curvature there. And I've just noticed something, that the time on my videos is a little bit different to the time on my photos. I don't know why the camera does that, but I'll have to sort that out at some point. It's obviously not 12:28 a.m. on Sunday when I'm taking these photos on Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon. But won't worry about that. The important thing here is that there's some of this island missing. So where has it gone? I've just gone up and down in height. The distance is the same. This part of the island is the same distance as the part that's disappeared. So, you know, there's no sight wall or whatever that's preventing you from seeing that far. So the logical conclusion from that is that there's a curve. And we can show that on a little bit of a diagram of why we might think there's a curve. Because I've drawn this diagram, flat Earth. If the Earth was flat, and this is not to scale, here's someone on top of the wall there. You have a sight line directly to, you know, whatever, island, beach house, whatever. You have a sight line directly to that place over there. And a person down below has a different sight line, but they can still see the same point because there it's flat and there's nothing to obstruct the view. So then if we were to then put a curve in place, not to scale, just saying, not to scale, you can see what the visual effect would be. The visual effect would be is the person on top of the wall cannot quite see down to the bottom anymore because this water or curve is in the way, and the person down the bottom will not see as much as the person up the top because his sight line intersects the horizon in a different place. Now, just on this simple diagram, it's just a simple diagram to demonstrate what you would expect to see, and well, I don't know, it seems to be verified by the actual photos that I've taken. So we actually don't see this, but we do see that. So, you know, that's pointing very, very strongly towards the fact that there is a curve in the water, ever so slight, but you need to be big objects a long way away, not small boats sitting in the middle of the water somewhere. So I've gone out on the beach and taken a picture of Moreton Island, which is some approximately 15 miles away. It could be a little bit more. I didn't know which exact spot on Moreton Island this was, so that's why I say approximately. And then you can see there is some reflection off the water, and the horizon line is actually about there, so I've drawn that in. And then I've taken a shot from up on the wall, different spot up on the wall again, and because the reflections, I've estimated the horizon to be there. And you can see this, if you look at this part here, it's fully visible. On the other photo, we only see part of that. So the rest of that has gone missing. And because we've just gone up the wall, so to speak. And so it's very bad conditions, not many boats. I was having a lot of difficulty looking for some boats, and pictures like this where I cannot tell anything about that boat Can't even tell really where the horizon is. So it was not much help to anybody. So in the point of making observations, I think, of vessels on the water, I think that size does matter. So take a look at this. This is something I've taken a while ago. Here, why would you play with little toy boats when you can play with some man-sized ones? Yes, you can see them from a long way away. They're just not going to disappear from the naked eye, and then you can zoom in and say, oh, look, I can zoom in and get the boat back into view. So, no, not with these big ships, you're not going to do that. Yeah, you can zoom in as much as you like. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, there is some reflection on the waterline, but look where the waterline is. Oh, you cannot zoom in anymore and reveal that hull. But you can get higher in elevation and reveal that hull. And people can talk about things like sight walls. I don't know what that is, but they talk about sight walls and circle of sight or whatever, some mumbo jumbo. But here, this point here, I can see more of the ship from further away than I can from this point here. So there's no sight line there, buddy boys. No, sir. So I will be coming out with a part 2 of this video where I look again at small boats on a day when the weather is better. And I have managed to capture some very interesting things with small boats. It wasn't possible on that day when the weather was bad, but we've gone out again, and I'll bring that up in another video. So sure not to miss it. Subscribe to my channel, and it'll be up soon. Thank you very much.